I'm gonna check.
I got my eyes closed. My eyes are closed when I'm with you. Caught in this moment more than I care to expose. Feelings are untrue. take care of you. No way these feelings are untrue. We do it for the love. Please trust when I say I'll take care of you. No way these feelings are untrue. We do it for the love. We do it for the love. We do it for the love.
Yeah, refresh. You almost made me restart the stream there. Anyways, good night, everybody. Welcome to the JEI Podcast, week number 2. I'm your official host, Game Hero, with accompanied by Mr. Chucky Atakau. Yes, that's literally his name. So, how is everyone doing? We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, and welcome everybody in the chat. I see you Zana, Kaivo, welcome to the stream. Welcome, Kaivo.
Hey, there we go.
Scarlett, oh, and Prague is here again. Welcome everybody, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate taking your time out to be here tonight. And we got our guest host this week with us. He will come on very shortly. But as today, the topics we're gonna discuss today, we got a JEI education segment, and we got our game feature segment also coming up, and then we're gonna have a Q&A around 8:30. Yeah, hold on. Yes. I need to put this on push to talk. Yes. So we got a Q&A coming up around 8:30, and we got the official. We're gonna check on some international esports news coming to then, and then we got something for our lovely creators and streamers out there. We're gonna come in with a creator of the week and a clip of the week also, and I'm not gonna give away that one, but stay tuned, you'll find out more on that. So Mr. Chucky, how are you? You would like to share anything? How was your day, or how was your weekend?
I'm great, dude. Just looking forward to the rest of the program.
All right, nice, nice, nice. So, if you're not familiar, you guys, if you're in the JEI Discord, we have a open channel right now. You guys can directly join in on the podcast. It's admission is free. You don't gotta be shy. You want to take part, you can just join right now and ask any question you would like when the Q&A is open up. So, as everyone is chuckling in, I see one chuckling in the chat there. But yes, so you got both options. You can join, watch on Twitch, and you can join the Discord. All right, so in a few minutes, the chairman of JI will come on. But for now, we're just getting familiar, just getting the podcast started and up. So hope everyone having a wonderful week. You know, everyone is being safe and being good. You know, and all those streamers and content creators out there. So, hold on,
So let's
I'll
get
start it
into it.
out. Yeah, okay, Chucky. So I'll let Chucky take over for a bit and let me angle some stuff. So, Mr. Chucky, I leave the floor to you.
Alright, guys. How's everyone doing? Uh, so we wanted to kick off with some news. Uh, Mr. Moore, you want to share some news with us?
Oh, hey everybody that's on the stream. We don't reach a news segment yet. We're into the news a
No,
little bit
about
now.
some updates about JEI.
Well, basically, um, we we're doing some work on a lot of things, which I'm pretty much about to share in a second. Um, but I kind of just checking some stuff on my system now, making sure everything is good to go. All right, so basically, if it is my time now, um, I wanted to just share with everybody a few things. Well, first and foremost, I personally would just like to thank everyone so far with all the work that we have been doing for this esports thing, especially it's pretty hard, and we have a lot of people doing things in the background, especially monitoring the Discord. I have pretty much relinquished all reins to our moderators of the Discord, and they are doing a pretty fine job. And we're working on getting our stream up, getting all of these things in place. We have a lot of persons also in the background just helping us to keep things because it's a team effort, right? We have a lot of persons helping us out. So I just want to give everybody thanks. Chris, he's a superhero. He's not game hero, but he's a superhero. The man behind the scenes making sure so everything is fine and everything don't break down. So Chris, big up yourself. I see Pixel and I see Shotashi in the podcast. I
Hey,
guess
Shatashi, welcome, dude.
Tashi.
I guess when the Q&A segment come up, it might be chiming in. So basically, if you want to type in on the Twitch stream, just you can type your questions. You can start typing your questions from now, so that at least we'll be able to see them, and then we can answer when the Q&A come up. And then obviously, if you're on the Discord, if you join us on the Discord, when the Q&A segment come up, you can just ask your questions directly, and we'll try to address it. So without wasting any more time, because the time starts slip away already, I can jump right into it. So the first thing that I'm going to be talking about today is just a brief history of esports in Jamaica. Just, a little run up in terms of how we got here. And then I'd be sharing what the JEI is all about so persons kind of understand the whole purpose of this thing. So I'll try to condense it down in about maybe 15 minutes. The thing is, this podcast is weekly, so I'm not gonna try and cover everything this
Yeah.
week. Yeah, so we'll stretch it out. I'll try to just ensure that I'm clear, bring as much clarity to what we're doing, so persons are not confused going forward. Um, and as I say, if you hear me say something, hear me mention anything that you want to know more about, just type it in the questions in the Twitch chat so that we can address it when the Q&A segment comes up. Hero, you got through to Matthew to see if he was gonna
Yeah.
come on.
I'm trying to contact him as we speak.
All right, so we may have Matthew. He's our international relations director for JEI. He's traveling now, hasn't been back for a while. He should be chiming in if we can get through to him after me. So we'll see how that goes. But for now, let's start. All right, so esports in Jamaica. Now, um, Jamaica, we've been doing the tournament thing for a pretty long time, for years, since the 90s, since the game arcade in Sovereign. A lot of persons here probably were, you know, just probably never born it or just, 2, 3, 4 years old.
Yeah, primary
And
school.
right. So we've been doing the competitive gaming. They've had tournaments for a very long time, as long as there's been video games, whether it's Pac-Man, what have you, what have you. Now, esports in Jamaica, in my opinion, really has just come around. Now, based on the definition of esports, no, like what persons would think of esports 5 years ago is not what esports is now. So what esports has evolved into, because it's a very dynamic industry, it has gotten so large that the definition has to change. First, it was just the competitive side of video games, or you know tournaments, but structured tournaments, not just anything with big prize money, what have you. Now the industry has.
Right.
Yeah, here. Yeah, here, hearing me. Yeah. Is tournaments, right? And that's where we are. That's where we have been up until this point. I mean, if anybody disagrees, hold on. We're having some issues. No audio. What's going on with the audio?
Right. So to expand on that,
All right.
uh,
All right. Yeah.
somebody
So let
coming
me.
on.
So let me continue. So right. So Jamaica has been focusing on the tournament side of esports, which is just putting on events. And I think everybody that has been involved or tried to be involved in esports has only focused on tournaments. And tournaments is literally just a slice of the pie, right? So up until now, everybody, a lot of persons, or there's been a few players, right, in the esports segment in Jamaica, and but it has always been tournaments, and that's because it's been coming from a private side, from the private industry. Now the conversation is changing where esports is concerned, because it is so large. It is such a big thing that it is there has been no regulation prior. Hero, hearing some typing, Hero. Yeah, man. Yeah, can you mute your mic for a second? Yeah. So what has because there has been a call for regulation, and the reason why there has been a call for regulation, because there's been so much abuse in the industry. I went to Mexico the other day and they spoke of it as a bit cannibalistic in how it's done now. So a lot of the governments, a lot of countries are getting involved. So the conversation of esports is changing, right? Oh, see Matthew here, right? So the conversation of esports has changed, and that is why so many countries are now forming or have formed federations to handle this because of regulation, and you cannot formalize or create an industry around any sporting event, whether it's physical sports or esports, what have you, without regulation, and that is where it's at now. So I mean, the conversation has been going on pretty much it. There's always been a conversation, but no one has really moved to create that foundation for esports. And as I said, if I'm saying anything wrong or if I'm saying anything incorrect, please feel free to highlight it and we'll address it in the Q&A. But a lot of people talk about infrastructure or okay, like one famous word is architecture or whatever. You want to be the architect and blah blah blah, and that's fine. But it has always been talk. And when we were functioning as a private entity in 2015, we only looked at the competition side of things. Start a tournament, do a tournament, do a tournament. But after you do so much tournaments, what next? We did 6 tournaments. We did five tournaments for the CPC, and then it finished off with mash the button. And we kind of were back to where we started. Okay, let's do another round of tournaments. But there was nothing done to create. You can't have infrastructure without structure, and there was no structure in place. There was no direction. There was no plan. There's nothing. It's just everybody trying to do a tournament. So we pretty much just killed the whole thing. Went to the drawing board and said we need to formalize this on industry. We need to create some stuff. We need to create a roadmap, create a plan, what have you, and that is how now we're segueing into what the JEI is all about. So you have an idea of what Jamaica has been doing all this time. I mean, there were a lot of players, still a lot of players, and that is good because that represents the private side of esports. Now, coming into the JEI, the purpose of the JEI is to be a regulatory body, and the regulatory body is what will be able to set that structure or lay that down for Jamaica, a roadmap, a game plan, and in order to accomplish that, you have to focus on the business side of esports. What is driving this industry? What does the industry need to survive? How can persons in the industry take advantage of the industry? It's not everybody want to form tournaments. It's not everybody interested in playing. There's so much more to this thing that we haven't even scratched the surface. Now, the JEI is the body that has been appointed by the Jamaica Olympic Association and recognized by the Jamaica Olympic Association to do that work. And that work is immense, and that work is not being done by one person, right? Now, persons probably think that, the JEI and they control the industry, or they want to take over, they want to. No, no, not at all. There is no taking over, there is no control, nothing like that, right? That is, the JEI is not that. So think of what JFF is to football, or J3 is. Yes, people can have their private track meets, persons can do them six-a-side or the football competitions, what have you, but the function of the JFF is to ensure that the sport of football in Jamaica is being utilized in a meaningful way, and that starts from social development, right, which is a community effort to ensure that persons take advantage of everything that the industry has to offer, not just professional gamers, not just tournament organizers, but things like referees, right? Things like esports law, things like um, you have esports. I speak about it. I didn't even know that you had esports nutritionists. You have esports psychology, esports psychiatry. You have so many. Pretty much almost every job that you can think of, there's an esports component, because there has to be a support system for this huge industry, right? You have people that are responsible for transporting esports teams. You have people responsible for protecting esports teams. There's so many things that evolve. You have advertising, marketing, production, and the list goes on. So who would be responsible, or who has created that roadmap, or even thought about Jamaica in that way, right? Up until the JEI, no one put pen to paper or shown that they're interested in bringing Jamaica level. And I have to say, no one, I'm included, because I've only looked at it from a tournament perspective. Now, the JEI is having those conversations, and we're having those conversations globally. We have received Brazil's entire game plan, start to finish. We have that on paper, right? And we are actually starting to turn those wheels to implement that, right? Just the other day, we realized that 21 universities, 21 universities that have an esports degree. And we sat down with the president of the JCS just last week, and he's also the head of School of Computing for UTech, and we want to make Jamaica UTech to be the first university in the Caribbean to have an esports program. It's going to start off with workshops and then a certification, and then it will go into a degree program,
Wow,
right?
that's major.
And that's a big deal. That is infrastructure. That is groundwork. You know what I mean? That is laying the foundation so persons can capitalize on this industry, right? That's the work that the JEI is doing, right? As Susanna said, we want that at NCU. Well, certainly we can have that conversation as well. So there are there are so many things that the JEI has to do or is mandated. We have to have programs for schools. We have to have programs for the communities, right? Going into the universities, we need to have university championships, right? We have to farm the national team so that we can compete overseas, put Jamaica on a map like that. We have to focus on esports tourism, because the Jamaica Tourist Board wants to exploit that idea as much as possible, right? So with all of these things surrounding, the work, it really takes a team that is business savvy, a team that kind of understands what the industry is about, and there has to be a lot of conversations going on. So we are not a tournament or an event organization. That's not what we do. What we do is creating our open door, or opening the doors, or creating that infrastructure for persons to capitalize on this industry, right? So it's a lot of work, and it's starting to bear fruit already. As you know, the first time Jamaica will ever have a national team going overseas will be in August, and we're having the qualifiers for that next month. Soon we'll have the qualifiers for that, right? And we're having sponsors. We have a lot of sponsors on board that's helping to make that happen. There's other discussions taking place, but I can't reveal everything that is being done. But one thing that I just have to say is that we're not it's not that so anybody who is under the impression that we're trying to take control or take over this esports thing, no, you have to erase that from your mind completely. We're just here opening the doors. That's it. So when the university program starts, it's not me going to be going through there. It's gonna be everybody that's interested in it, so that when they graduate, they can go overseas and function, because they're certified esports. They're certified in some kind of esports, um, activity. Uh, the the vice president and I have been having had about 6 or 7 meetings with ESL, and those who are not um, familiar with ESL is the largest esports company in the world right now. On paper, I mean, we can always challenge that, but they're pretty much they have the largest events, and anybody can see what the work that ESL is doing. And we're talking to ESL and saying, okay, we want to partner with ESL to bring something now. And they absolutely love the concept of coming to Jamaica. They love it, they love it, they love it, they love it, they love it. Right? They're going into so many other countries. So We had about our sixth meeting just maybe about a week and a half ago. If Andrew was here, could confirm it with me. And it went up now, and it's at the VP of marketing for ESL. The conversation is now happening in, Sweden, what have you. And the people at ESL said, okay, so we're at the point now where we're trying to put pen to paper, get the crunchy numbers and stuff. How many people in Jamaica do you have certified in any esports activity so that we can lower the cost of putting on any event in Jamaica? Andrew and I were silent for about 15 seconds. We were silent for 15 seconds
Yikes.
because we have nobody in Jamaica that can even help to put on a small ESL event that would be of their standard. And they said to
Right,
us,
that would involve overseas people.
right, and they said to us it's gonna be way too expensive to
Yeah.
bring everybody down or bring an entire team down to to put on an event. And it's you
It's a lot,
understand me?
it's a lot
So
crazy.
basically, because of the cost to do all of that. And when you bring in people to work, you have to go through this to get work permits, immigration, because they're not just going to be here for 1 week or 2 weeks. They're going to be here for a long time, ensuring everything is happening. So you're going to have to go through the Ministry of Labor, you have to go through immigration, all that kind of stuff to grant people work permits. Where if we had if we had qualified people in Jamaica that's ready, that's certified in certain things where esports is concerned. Yes, we have good production, we have good production crews, because we do all kind of shows and stuff here, but it's just more about production. If you don't know about video games or how games are structured, it don't matter how good you are with lighting or staging or what have you need to have an understanding of how the games work. And that is where training and certifying people comes in. So now that we understand the troubles that we have, or the issues that we have, for our own people to take advantage of things like that. For I think Microsoft had requested like 500 people in terms of for qualified persons to do some that they wanted to bring into the BPO sector for gaming, and they had to turn down that thing. We don't have 500 people in gaming and that kind of thing. So we're trying to, everything that we're doing now is geared towards the social development of everybody that's interested. Now we have an entire generation that wants to be a part of esports, but it's always about, okay, the next tournament, the next tournament. So we want everybody to just broaden them, they open their mind, open the scope, stop thinking just about tournaments or being a pro gamer. Think about how can I be a part of the esports industry, so that even if I am a pro gamer, when I retire, what do I do? Am I still at ground zero? What have you? Or I'm certified, so now I'm done playing the game. I can now move on to doing something else in the industry.
Yeah,
And
to
that's
commentating at events, or that's what most retired players.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, continue, continue.
yeah. Commentary is one thing. All of that is great, and if you right now, there's only one person in the Caribbean that is a referee and that's qualified to be a referee, and that's our the vice president, and he's going to be training to make sure that there's other referees that can come out of the program and that kind of thing. So there's another thing in terms of the JEI, is that JEI obviously cannot do everything. So there are certain ideas or certain things, we want to spark creativity within the community. So you can approach the JEI with ideas. Have you can't like, all right, I'll just give you an example. The Ministry of Health is doing this Jamaica Moves thing, right? If somebody comes up with a concept to say, okay, we're going to do something that works in tandem with the Jamaica Moves, but yet we're going to do it in the form of a game or some activity, what have you, what have you. You know what I mean? That can be done through the JEI, and it can be funded by the
Mm-hmm.
Ministry of Health. You know what I mean? Any ideas, like the sky's the limit where ideas are concerned, but our role as the JEI is pretty much to ensure that there's regulation in place. One, because people get treated unfairly when they go to tournaments. People don't get the prize money that's promised. You know, a lot of things happen in this industry that we need to clean up and make sure all of that is correct, because we do report to higher entities. Um, and we have programs that are being implemented now, but people have, if you have creative ideas or esports is concerned, or you're in a school and there's a bunch of you in school that want to start an esports club. JEI, the only people that can be actual members of JEI are persons that have entities. So if you want to start a school club, gather a group of persons, talk to the head of sports at your school, and invite the JEI to come in and have a discussion so that you can form an esports club in your school, your university, what have you. We're gonna be releasing the JEI membership requirements right after the qualifiers, so that everybody who wants to be members will be able to see that. But we're gonna touch on a lot more topics as we do the weekly podcast, but that's just to kind of give everybody an idea of what the JEI is all about. So don't think that okay, we're just doing tournaments. No, that is just one part of it, and we're not here to try and take over, to own esports or own this or own that. That is not what we are. We're just a regulatory body, and we're setting the landscape for social development where esports is concerned. So everybody who is interested can benefit. You know what I mean? So that's basically it from my side of things for now. I don't know if Matthew is here. I don't know if Matthew wants to add anything to it since he's in the Discord now.
Matthew, are you there?
Yeah, hi.
Yeah,
How's
good
everyone?
night.
Alright, mic is a little bit low.
Um, I don't know what to fix that right now.
Oh no.
Yeah,
You're good on my end. I think
yeah, I
everyone
hear
can
it now.
hear
I
you.
hear it clear. Yeah.
What was the question? Sorry, I was in the middle of
No,
something.
no, I was just saying if you wanted to add anything to that, or if you think I covered pretty much enough for today, because we're at 8:35 now, so I can talk forever,
I know you can.
But if you don't have anything, I guess we can probably go into the
Yeah.
Q and you want to do
Uh,
some Q&A, or you want to shout out some sponsors now, because
yeah, do the
we need to
sponsors,
get going.
cause I am guessing people want to know about the sponsors and they see all this pretty
That
color
was a major
stuff.
thing from last week.
Everyone is like seeing all these names and probably be
Yeah, these
wondering what.
banners and stuff. So
Yeah,
they want to know who they are.
yeah,
All right, well, I can run through, because all right, everybody's supposed to know XPG Games by now. That's Hopeton. He has been working with me from before the JEI, and I like how he does his thing. He provides us most of the equipment that we use for any event that we do, whether it's tournament wise or with VRX or what have you. So that's XPG Video Games. His location is in Papine. He's actually working now to try and to implement some stuff. We're working with him to try and implement some activities up by his location in Papine. So if you're in that area, in the Ligani area, up from halfway through you come up, you can check out XPG. He always has the latest game, so you can get your practice on, especially for the qualifiers. Alive, Premium Lounge, and Buzzers, they are both located in the TJ building. Most persons probably know Buzzers. Alive is a premium lounge in the same building, and those guys, they absolutely love the work we do. They support us in what we do, and we're bringing them on board. They're sponsoring us to go to Las Vegas, so we really appreciate that. So anybody in the Portmore area, St. Catherine, if you feel like having a drink after work, go over to Alive Premium Lounge. We go over there a lot of times when we finish work and have a drink as well. LOL Snack Stop, they're in the Halfway Tree Transport Center. So
The
Buzzers is in.
legendary.
Yeah, so everybody stop there and get them gummy bear reviews. So check them out when in the Halfway Tree Transport Center. La Parcon, or JPAC, I should say, they are a courier organization where they do online shopping and they do delivery. They're located in we have a location at at Portmore VRX where we are. So if you want to come to VRX, where VRX is located, buy something online from Amazon, Walmart, wherever, you can use JPAC's credit card and it will be delivered to you. We're working on having some packages for gamers, for JEI members and persons group to have some discounts, some free shipping, whatever you. Those will be announced shortly. Everybody know Royal Computers. We've been bigging them up from day one because they've been supporting us from day one, giving us free stuff,
True.
always providing equipment when we need it. We're going to be going into doing some more things with Royal Computers. They should be putting up some billboards of the team of the national squad when everything is through. So when we get the jerseys and the hoodies and stuff, we're gonna be taking some pictures and we should be up on some billboards, whatever. So that would be pretty cool. Told him that I want one of the billboards at the airport as well. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, I mean, obviously I have VRX. That's my organization. We're pretty much the only VR provider right now in terms of corporate solutions and entertainment, and we are the most followed VR center in the world. So big up to that. Jamaicans acting crazy in virtual reality has propelled us to number one in terms of followers. But yeah, that's the sponsors. Obviously we will try to show them out again further down. But it's now
Yeah.
8:40. So yeah, let's jump into some Q&A.
All
I don't
right.
know if I guess we can talk to, I guess, the persons that are on the Discord. Anybody want to ask a question from the
Yeah.
Discord, you
I'll
can
take some Q&A from the Twitch chat also, and I'll get to it as soon as possible. So we're going to open the Discord chat right now. So anyone got a Q&A I want to ask, this is the opportunity. All right, so
Yeah,
so it's
Shatashi
open
has been
now.
here for a while.
All right.
Go ahead.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, yeah. It kind of low though, but I can hear you.
Yeah, man. People Wi-Fi.
Oh no.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Good night, bros. Also, big up to Hope Town. I used to take set time game shop. Is it me? Every day after high school. I reach home later hours and I shoot. But I mean, don't
Let me
get me
give him
wrong.
200
But yeah,
volume.
so for one question that I wanted to ask, was about the MK guys, because I know that Mortal 11 is coming out. There's a beta out right now, and I did notice that for the qualifiers in April, you guys are using Mortal 10. So like that's one question I wanted to ask was is it like, are you guys planning to use Mortal 10 and then have something for 11? Or are you just gonna take like the top Mortal 10 players and have them go play at Evo on 11 if 11 is at Evo?
All right. Good question. That is something that we deliberate for a while. So yeah, it we're gonna be using MK10 for the qualifiers. Yes, MK11 will be at Evo. So what we're gonna do is have some kind of playoff with the top players. So yeah, you're on the right track with that. What happened? The problem that we have is that we really couldn't delay the qualifier any longer because we have to purchase the tickets in the person's names that are, and the earlier you book is obviously the better price you get. So we do have a budget that we're sticking to. So we're gonna book pretty much shortly after the qualifiers for Mortal 10. If I think as soon as it comes out, we will probably have something between the top players so that we're only going to be able to select one person per game. We can't really send everybody to Las Vegas, but we're picking one person per game to represent, and then a few of the executives will be traveling as well, and we'll have some support staff traveling as well. So we'll have to just use MKXL for now, and then the top players will just do a little, playoff before we buy the tickets for them. Hope that answers the question.
Yeah, man, awesome.
All right, there's one in the chat. This one comes from
Well, in terms of the college and the first thing that we're going to be doing in implementing our college program is actually get the workshops going
Mm.
to try and start to train people right away, because I think that is our greatest disadvantage.
Right, to
Um,
get the staff in place.
Right.
Yeah.
That I think that is our greatest disadvantage as a country, trying to open the doors for persons to take. If you actually go on even Indeed or any one of those career websites now and just type esports jobs, you see a whole lot of esports jobs opening up. And I don't think there's anybody in Jamaica that probably has the qualification to get there. And we need to change that. So that's our first step with universities. We, as the university sees the program happening, we will then be able to leverage funds through the university as well as through the universal service fund and other agencies that will sponsor like a varsity type thing with the esports teams in colleges. But how the USA works is that it's really the sponsors that they get on board that will provide any kind of compensation, any kind of funds where that is concerned. So it really depends on how, or the level of negotiation or the negotiation power that the university has once these programs are implemented.
Okay. All right. So, is there anyone else wanna ask a question in the chat? All right.
Not really seeing much more anybody else. So if you have any questions,
Oh
if
wait, I
anything
think they're.
comes up.
Oh wait, I think Mike is muted. I've seen some people here. Not sure. Uh, Hold on. Yeah, I'm not seeing anybody else right now. But
Oh, I seen. Is it that Matthew? I see Matt Masters asking about activities.
yeah,
Um,
he's asking about if there will be
yeah,
activity.
so our qualifier, we pretty much put up the qualifying structure. Is it that MK Gaming asking a question, but he might mute. I don't know if I'm asking something. But yeah,
Yeah.
Chris. Yeah.
There it is.
Hello?
MK.
Yeah.
Can you
Go
guys
ahead.
hear me?
Yeah, yeah, here.
Um, I heard that you guys said that you were like letting qualifiers travel overseas. So, is there a special like age limit for the qualifier that are traveling overseas?
All right. So for Evo. Those are that's a question. That's a question for the VP because he kind of understands the rules for Evo a little more. But I didn't know what the age limit was for Evo. But that's something we can definitely post because there will be some requirements for traveling, even if you come first or you're the greatest. Because you still have to go through the whole travel thing. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly with the Evo question, but I can find that out and get back to you. I'm not sure if Shatashi asking another question.
Oh,
Hear me?
All right, Dashi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, so that was a great question.
Tashi, you're live.
I'm live. Alright. So yeah. A couple of questions. Well, the first one is related to the whole I saw you guys post like there was this laundry you find up on our after party. Is that for both days of the event or like is it just like one? As in like after the event ends, like the after party thing that I saw you post, like is that for just one day and not 2 days, or is it for both days? There will be a
No,
party.
it's just on the 13th, just the 13th, the Saturday. We have an after party on the Sunday. So literally after we finish doing the qualifiers for Evo, we're just going basically just wrap up and head over to Alive and do it there.
Alright, bud.
All right. Is
I
there?
think,
Yeah, I think MK want to ask something else again.
and Shatashi said we'd have more than one question. So.
Okay. I think MK want to ask something. MK?
No, no, I don't have a question.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So, is there any more question that anyone would like to ask? Here, free. I'm checking that the age limit, as Mr. Greg said, you got to sort out that into it. Also,
I
yeah,
think Matt said 15, so I'm not sure if he
15.
yeah.
Okay. Zana, do you want to ask any question? Oh, we got a question from Alex also. Wait, if you didn't attend the first qualifier, can you still get on the national team? That's from Alex King 1995 in the Twitch chat.
All right. Right. So if you didn't attend the first qualifier, the first national team will be for Evo. So that will be the fighting game community. If you didn't attend the first qualifier, you will be at a points disadvantage. But we're not gonna recognize the capabilities and ignore the capability. So what we will probably do is if you place high enough, or even if you come first in that game and recognize you have that to really compete, we may actually have some kind of playoff type situation, kind of like what we do with MK11. But I think the head TO, the tournament director, will make those decisions. That is not necessarily my role within the organization. He will then decide, okay, based on the skill level that we're seeing and the behavior being displayed, this person may be somebody that we pay attention to. So don't count it out. I think you should just come to the qualifier, do your best, and then I think you'll get noticed.
All right. So I hope that answer your question, Alex King. Okay, so we got our next question from Matt Master, but we also got a question from Zana Own. She's in the Discord server, so she's gonna go live right now. Zana, are you
Hey,
there? Alright,
I
there she
am.
is. Alright,
All
you're
right.
live.
Hi, everybody. My question is regarding the colleges. How do they reach out to JEI to set up, their clubs there? Or because for me, I was recently at NCU. I graduated, but I have close relations with them. When I was president for my club, my department club, we always held like competition and tournaments and such. But what I'm wondering is how do we reach out to you guys to say, all right, and we want to start something up down at NCU or get that started.
All right, very good question. So with the universities, most universities they have requirements for setting up a club within the university,
Right.
and yeah, right. So you have to have a constitution, you have to have you have to have elections, you have to have a certain amount of persons within the club, all of those kind of things. So you can get your group together and actually start that, because the JEI, once you have established your club within the university, JEI will not refuse an esports team from any school or esports organization from any school. So if you want to involve us in the conversation from day one, just use any channel. You can even use the Discord, use our email, WhatsApp, anything. You can, use any channel to get through to us so we can get the conversation started. But I know the requirements for the school would be the first thing that you need to do. So once you have that ball rolling, or if you even need help to establish that, we do have documentation here that can assist you in getting a constitution up. But most clubs have some kind of example constitution that you can kind of just copy and modify for your club, and then you
Right.
can start from there.
Because the main club for CIS department is the main club. We normally have sub clubs underneath it. So they have like robotics club underneath the college club. That's how it's set up in NCU. So the
Okay.
main club would actually delegate anything for a specific sub club.
All right. Well, what you can do is just we will be releasing our membership requirements soon.
Okay, that's nice.
Uh, and it will pretty much follow the same kind of guidelines as the school, pretty much. So, as I said, once you establish it, whether it's underneath another body or whatever you establish it, chances are you're going to be aligned to what we require, and then we can start from there. And you have persons at UA and you take that to us as well. So, if we can have those clubs going, we can come and start to assist with activities or do activities down there so that persons can
Yeah.
really get involved in it. So just start as soon as you start it, we will be assisting you. We can assist you with getting things going.
Okay, thanks.
All right, no problem.
All right. So a question was from Zana Own, and the next question was from Matt. Matt Master is in the chat. Oh yes. He asks how many points do you need to stay in like the top 10 or top 5? I guess he's talking about the rankings for the points settings. How many you need?
Well, all right. So the ranking points, that's gonna have to be this another podcast to itself, because a lot of persons don't understand it. But just to simply, there is no set amount of points to stay in the top 10 or the top 5, because as we do events or we do activities, that number will always change. So the best advice I have for anybody is to try their best to work with the requirements that we have, and it's a strategic thing. It's not We're not doing it willy nilly. It's a strategic approach to what we want to do. Yes, it can be modified. Like I was telling the Call of Duty group the other day, that nothing is set in stone, but there are certain little things that we do that we need a specific outcome. And one thing I realize is that the community is very slow to act. In some cases, maybe they think that we just putting things out there, but the faster we participate, or when we send out, say, okay, guys, please do this, please do that, the faster we do that is the faster we can work, because then we can present numbers. There's power in numbers, right? So when we can present to stakeholders that, listen, we have X amount of persons doing this or X amount of persons doing that, they can say, oh, so our brand will be exposed to X amount of persons. So, okay, here's X amount of dollars to do what you do to push things further. So when we say something as simple as, okay, subscribe to this, or not subscribe, but follow this, it's not because we're just saying, okay, well, we need it. No, it's about, we need to show people that we have the visibility, or we have the visibility, and persons in the community see what we're doing, right? So these are the things that we just ask everybody to do. I think we sent out a request for persons who stream to just give us information, so we can post it up on this on the Discord, so people can see your thing, so you can grow your followers. And I think it's only 5 persons or 6 persons responded to that, and I know we have way more streamers than that, so maybe, I don't know if it's just a thing where persons still trying to see what is going on or what is going to happen. But when we put things out there, it's not just for idleness, or because I don't have time to waste and none of the executives have time to waste. We're trying to move things along
True.
quickly. So when we ask you to do something, it's because we want to present the numbers. If you came to the business summit we had the other day, you'd understand why numbers are important. Because one of our presenters, literally, he basically got attacked by someone in the audience
Yeah, I
when
remember that.
he was presenting numbers, you know. So let's just try and work with the activities. But I guess as time goes by, we'll see patient increase, you know.
Yeah. So Thank you, Mr. Greg Moore, for answering
Yeah.
the Q&A. I hope I hope is there any more question that anyone would like to ask before we move on? I'll
Um.
please know this will be a weekly podcast, so if
Yeah.
you missed this one, we can catch up. All
Yeah.
right,
Every
so
week we're gonna be doing it. I may not be, but we're gonna have somebody from the executive on to assist with Q&A and stuff like that.
okay, I think but
I don't know if you will have time to do all the rest of
yeah,
stuff, but
It's- shut
I
up.
figured this was gonna happen. I
Tadashi,
figure we're
just keep it for. I'll write down. Just DM me the question or type it in the chat so we can save the questions for next week. Uh
or what I may do is if you send the questions, we probably can try and answer it off air within the community so that
yeah.
everybody can see the response. I'll see if we can get that done. But if
Uh,
not, Alex asked if we're going to have any qualified west side of Jamaica. We certainly do, and I think once the membership starts, you do have persons on that side that will become members or will have that kind of thing, because we're not going to be controlling all of the qualifying events that we do. We're going to start handing qualifying events down to the members who have the capability of doing so, and we'll just support that event, right? So the points garnered from those events will now feed into your national rank. So all of those things are going to be coming, and those things are actually being prepared now to come on stream. There's a lot more things on the roadmap, a lot more things in the strategic plan and the mandate of the JEI. As I said, we can't release everything right now, but as time goes by, we release, as we can. So it's 9 o'clock now, so we're gonna jump off of this topic. I don't know if we're gonna have time for news and all of things, but maybe if you can
yeah.
just big up a creator or show a clip or two, and we just
Yeah,
salute.
can just run.
All right.
Robot.
Oh no. Not again.
Robot
What?
is like.
Not again. Not the robot voice. All right. Chucky, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there. I don't know whether.
Okay. All right. So since we do might got no time for this 9 o'clock and we are way over past our time, but we're gonna leave out the news for now. But
Yeah.
we're not gonna leave out the creator of the week and the clip of the week. So alright, we gotta pick up all the content creators out there. Especially I am one also. So this week, remember if you got a clip or you do YouTube, you make YouTube content, you can just drop it in the general clip or in the YouTube or the Twitch channel. Alright. So I'm going to select. This is random. Okay, this is not favor or anything.
All right,
Alright.
one thing before you start, Hero, just to
Mm-hmm.
tell everybody that I know there are questions about Fortnite. Next program we're gonna have Apollos on. Um, Apollos will be talking about the Fortnite World Cup, but then again, I see some conversations with this update of Fortnite, so I don't know what will develop. But Apollos will be on next week to talk about the Fortnite World Cup. If nobody knows, the Fortnite qualifiers will be happening this weekend, so everybody need to jump in the Fortnite and get that going on if you're interested in being a part, representing for the Fortnite thing.
Alright. Thank you for that information. Alright, so before we get into the content and content and clip of the week, the creator content of the week. Alright. Just wanna let everyone know that if you're a streamer or you do YouTube, just continue grind. I know it's a drag and it's really hard. At times, sometimes you don't feel like doing it, but like take my advice, it will pay off in the long run. And just put yourself out there. I know sometimes you don't want to post your stuff, but that's the only way people get to see your stuff. your content and so forth. Just post it if you have social media. Social media take over right
Follow.
now.
Everybody just need to try and follow each other, so
Yeah,
it encourage persons to continue doing what you think. Right? It's a difficult thing. Just jump in the list that we post up with the followers. Just click follow, like click follow and support your fellow content creator and streamer. And everybody need to just exchange follows, so that we build up the thing, and the whole entire community helping each other to grow as well.
yeah, true. Yeah, and I just follow too. Just say hi in the chat. It really makes a difference. Take my advice. I do that a lot. Anyone can tell you. All right, so we're going to go into the clip section right now, and also yes, that's the new intro and so forth. That's was made by Quest Media. You guys can check them out on Instagram. But we got some contents right here. Gonna watch one from Matthew. Wait, nah, we watched that one last week. But we got one from Jordy. Oh man, that. All right, I'm not gonna talk about that. Not that again. No. Not that. All right, this is me. This is me.
So let's
This is me. Yes. The scrolling through. All right. Okay, so we got one from. This one is from Vaspon. Then this one was the clutch. No, did we watch this last week? Yeah, we watched that one last week. Scrolling down. Okay. Oh, this one is from Julian. Yeah. All right. We never watch this one. This one is from Julian. Let's see if I can get the clip there. Let's see. Hey guys, everyone seeing this, right? This is taking a time to load. Okay, here it is.
Thanks, boys. Thanks, boys.
All right. And Julian, that's Julian a clip. Oh, that clutch there. And this one is from Sikai. This one is from CS:GO. He's a streamer also. Let's watch a clip.
Go skull down now.
Yes,
so bad.
Stop.
Amen.
Nice.
Good work, bro.
Oh my fucking god.
All right. So that oh man, that was so satisfying. So really satisfying. Everyone, I'd like to say thank you again. Is everyone here? I did get lost in the video.
Hmm?
Are you guys still here?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yes, I think everyone got lost in that video. Oh, you like the transition? Yeah, so I got a new transition. It was made by Quest Media. He's a really he do all of this you see here, the transition and so forth. So you can check him out on Instagram by Quest Media. I also do my transition as so forth. I was saying transmission. Yes. So content creator, who is the creator of the week? Well, from what I see,
That's just okay.
yeah, clip, yeah, Sikai got it. Man, that clip was crazy. So Sikai is the creator of the week. And
Shoutouts to you, dude.
all right, congrats Sikai. Oh, and there's Quest in the chat. There, he's the one who do the transition and all of that. So he's there. You can all y'all can bomb rate him. All right. So now we need. I don't see any clips from any stream right now. I'm excluding myself. All right. So we can catch up on the clip of a week next podcast. All right. So we're way past our time, right? So remember everybody, this is not like be like the first and the last podcast. It will be a continue. So every Wednesday at 8 to 9 p.m. will be the weekly podcast. All right. Mr. Greg Moore say he will try to be here, but as you know, always busy at times, but he will try to be here. All right. So Greg Moore, is there anything you'd like to add before we go?
Well, basically, everybody just a few reminders. Just you know, work with each other. Try to work together. Practice hard, and just keep posted. Try to spread the news. Anybody that you know would be interested in it, even if they're not a gamer, but they have certain talents. Somebody who Chris can teach people how to manage a Discord server. um, how to do certain things like that. There's so many other things that you can do that it doesn't have to be video games. You just have to you just have to like it. And the JEI will be here to assist to open some doors. For way too long we haven't had the support that we need. Now the support is here. Everybody just needs to be active because it's just the future. It's the future of everybody, the future of the next generation to come. Gaming is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. It might evolve, but it's here to stay. So that's basically it. Until next week, we'll be discussing some more topics. Um, you know, if persons want to suggest things that we should talk about, fine, you can suggest it, and we look into it certainly. So, I mean, yeah, that's it for me. I'm good. I'm happy.
All right. So, Chucky, is there anything before we go you'd like to add?
I see Kaito getting miserable.
Oh no. Oh
Yeah.
no. Kai, we see you,
Yeah.
Kai. We see you, Kai. We see you, my
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah,
All
man.
right.
So,
So everyone, I think that's it. Chucky, are you there?
Yeah, just
All right.
Uh, whose phone is ringing? I'm just saying, thanks to everyone for so Matthew for being here, Chris Noise, and everyone that participated in the podcast. Yeah, just thanks.
All right. I remember everybody. If you are a YouTuber or a streamer, post your clips in the clips section, the general clips, or YouTube or our Twitch channel, so we can get to highlight it on the podcast during the week. The selection will be random, so you just post your stuff, and if it's good, you'll get featured. All right. So I think that's it. But stay tuned, everyone. The party is not over yet. We're gonna rate somebody from the JEI community who's streaming right now. I am going to live right now. And then yeah, that was a surprise. I didn't want to tell anyone. So we're going to leave. Everyone can just stay in the chat and you see get raid. But I am going to search who is live right now. The one live in the hold on, let me see. Nope. Alright, I'm not see. Hello?
Nobody not live right now.
Nobody not live. Yeah, I'm just seeing it. Alright. So yes. As you may know, this will be a feature also coming end of the podcast. We will rate anyone who is live. Alright, so you guys can look forward to that.
Wait, I got some.
Wait, you see somebody?
Yeah, I got some.
Alright, just send me them link. Alright, so everyone in the chat, thank you for tuning in. Alright. Wait a sec, Chris, you see somebody, right?
Yeah, I'm sending it. Stop.
Alright, cool. Alright, so everybody, thank you for tuning in. Remember, this will be a weekly podcast. Alright. So you can always look forward to this. If I am not here by certain circumstance, the podcast will go on. Alright, that's a promise. Alright, and I don't make promises. Alright, anytime I make a promise, I stand with my word. Alright, enough talking. I'm going to let everyone go now. Alright, so enjoy the music and I will see you next week. Alright. But alright, everybody. Cody, I see you there. Tash, thank you for. Oh, I butchered it. I haven't intended to say butchering people's name. I'm so sorry. Alright, Scarlett. You there, Kai? Yeah, stop miserable, man. Yeah, we're there. Chris, Jardy, peace out. Alright.
Yo.